This question just says sticker tagging. Right. Well, I did not know what to say at 1,000 subscribers, and so I really don't know what to say now at 5,000. Thank you for showing up to the things that I post, whether it be one or multiple videos. I am, as always, humbly grateful for everything. Being able to interact with you in community has been the highlight of the entire experience on KTube. Yes, thank you very much. This video is a Q&A. I asked if you had any questions. There were a lot more than I was expecting, so I don't think that I'll be able to get to all of them, but I will save the ones that I don't answer in this video for another video like this, maybe later. Yeah, okay, let's begin. First question, why do you say viewers instead of subscribers? I don't know. I've always thought subscribers felt impersonable, but now that I'm thinking about it, viewers isn't as all-encompassing, considering I know a lot of people just like to listen to my videos, so I don't know. Now that you brought this up, maybe I'll have to think of something else. Next question is from Flower. If you had to pick a K-pop group to debut in, which group would it be and why? I don't know. I've been thinking about this for a while, and I don't really think I would want to be a K-pop idol. Or like be in a group even for a day. I feel like I would hate it. Yeah, I don't think that being a K-pop group or being in a K-pop group is a part of my ministry, but if I had to choose, and if I had the ability to choose, I guess I would choose NCT. I feel like it would be fun. Like there would never be a dull day working as an NCT member. So yeah, I would be in NCT. And if I had to choose a subunit, maybe, oh gosh, I don't know. I'd be fine with being in any, I guess, Dream? Yeah. And then Isaac asks, what is your favorite comeback or your favorite debut of this year so far? I think easily, and by a long shot, it's Dash by NMIXX. I really don't think there is another project released this year that has impressed me as much as this has. Like, this is what I'm personally looking for in K-pop. Yeah, definitely Dash. Next question is from Sangbaneos, who asks, in your intros, why do you use Choujimi? Is it your Hanja name? And another question asked, why is your channel called Choujimi? Praying it's not an obvious answer and I don't sound stupid. No, Choujimi is my Mandarin name. I've mentioned this, I think, one time before, but I went to school in China and I began learning Chinese, or Mandarin Chinese, in middle school and also got a minor degree in Mandarin Chinese in college. So yeah, the Chinese language has been a big part of my life for more than half of my life at this point. I'm not ethnically Chinese. I don't want to get that misconstrued. I just attended school in China and that was a very formative experience for me, so that is the meaning behind my channel name. The next question is, who is your NCT bias if you stan them? Yes, I do stan NCT, and my bias is Mark. Yeah. Next question is from ChooseVault, who asks, groups that you unstand / future plans for the channel / fandoms you don't like. By the way, congrats, Jimmy. Thank you, ChooseVault. Thank you to you specifically for being such a nice person and a valuable member and a great friend to the entire KTube community, for real. And then somebody else asked a similar question, K-pop groups you will never stan and why? I don't really think that I have any. I did recently put a stop on standing Kiana for the recent controversy that she found herself in, so I guess that is the threshold for me. I would say unless it's a serious situation like that, I don't really unstand groups. I do kind of drift away from some groups, but I don't personally consider that unstanding. And then the next question, future plans for the channel. I don't know. I'm just kind of making videos as they come to me, or like videos that I find interesting. Maybe that's a little obvious from the type of videos I've been releasing. They're all over the place right now, but yeah, I would say I found the most fulfillment from doing videos about the things that I find interesting, even if nobody else does. That's where I'm at right now. And then fandoms I don't like. Again, I don't really think there's a fandom I don't like. I think all fandoms unfortunately have a few bad-tempered people in them, and unfortunately it's those people who are lifted up because of how controversial they are and come to represent the fandom at large, but I try to look past that. I don't really have a grudge or vendetta against any specific fandom. These next three questions are kind of similar. So the first one is, how and when did you get into K-pop? Also, I love your videos. I get so excited when I see you posted. Heart emoji, thank you. The next question is, hello, what was the group / song that initially got you into K-pop? And then April also asked, how did you get into K-pop and what was your first group / song? I feel like people always have interesting stories about how they got into it, so I'm kind of curious. Yeah, so I got into K-pop initially by watching Boys Over Flowers on YouTube, the K-drama. That was my first conceptualization that Korea was a place in the world. I think that must have been, I don't remember, like 2013, 2014. I was pretty young. I don't remember exactly when I watched it, but that was it. From Boys Over Flowers, the first K-pop songs I listened to were from the OST. That's how I found SHINee with their song Stand By Me, and so SHINee was technically my first K-pop group. And that kind of opened the door. It's been that way ever since, and I have been shackled to K-pop. The next couple of questions are also similar. PG Park asks, "Hi Choujimi, do you like any other genres besides K-pop? If so, could you name some of your favorite artists or genres? Happy 5K, thank you." The next question is, apart from K-pop, other genres and music artists do you like? And the other similar question is, what is your favorite Western artists? Yeah, there was a very, very long period of my life where I was only listening to K-pop, and it was just in the past 2 or so years that I started to branch back out. Oddly enough, it was actually when I was living in Korea that I started to branch out and listen to non-K-pop artists the most. I think my favorite non-K-pop artist right now is Beyonce, who for a while was the only exception during the worst parts of my K-pop phase. I have easily 2,000 to 3,000 plays on every song on the Lemonade album. I also listened to the Homecoming album when it came out, and recently, of course, Renaissance. America Has a Problem is a very excellent song. I like Adele as well. I actually got into Adele when I was living in Korea. She released the 30 album when I was there, so I listened to that album and then listened to her previous albums, and now I unfortunately associate When We Were Young with Korea, and every time I listen to it, it just tears me apart. That is quite possibly, in my opinion, the worst song to have some sort of nostalgic tie to. But yeah, as for non-K-pop genres that I enjoy, I don't really think I have a special preference to or a favorite kind of music genre. It's just whatever's good, I'm gonna listen to it, is my philosophy for right now. And then another question that is sort of similar to those last three is from our good friend Via, who says, "Hello, it's Via. I just wanted to say that I absolutely love your song analysis videos and was wondering if you would ever branch out to other music genres." I don't think that I have as much of a understanding of other music genres compared to K-pop, as I've sort of only existed in K-pop for the longest time now, but maybe one day, as I sort of like branch out and explore other music genres, I would like to do that, yeah, definitely. The next question is from Loom, who says, "I admire and appreciate the amount of work and effort that goes into your videos, the research, the editing, and just everything. Your videos are literally never boring to watch, and your voice is so calm and soothing. I really love the way you talk in your videos, and the way you put information down. Your channel is pure perfection. Hope you reach even more subs because you deserve way more. Though I don't know you personally, but I wish you success. Keep up the good work. Thank you." And my question is, what made you start this channel, and did you ever feel like giving up? Also, let's go, you Zeni. I think that's how you say it, Zeni, right? And then another person asked a similar question, "Choujimi, what inspired you to start making videos?" So I've wanted to talk about and analyze K-pop content for a while now, but I never got around to it until starting this channel. I was very afraid. I've talked about this before, but the thing that pushed me over the edge was applying to university and waiting for that decision. It was a lot of waiting in between the different stages of the application, and I was kind of losing my mind in between those stages. So I started making videos to take my mind off of the whole process. But outside of that, and oddly enough, what prompted me to start making videos beyond being stressed out about college applications was that I wanted to make a video in defense of Jennie from Blackpink, who she is my bias from Blackpink, and I personally think she is so unfairly criticized, as most idols are. I actually did make that video in defense of Jennie. Was the first voiceover video I ever did, but the audio quality was so bad. I ultimately decided to private that video as my channel started growing, but I do plan to remake it one day if Jennie ever finds herself under fire for unfair criticism. I do have a framework of a script already made. But yeah, In Defense of Jennie was the thing that prompted me to want to make videos in the first place. Must defend my favorite K-pop idols on the internet. And then, did I ever feel like giving up? No, not really. I'll mention this later. Somebody asked what my goals were for this channel. I don't really have goals for this YouTube channel, so I don't really know what I would have given up on, but yeah, I'm just letting whatever interests me sort of guide the content for this channel, and that's that, yeah. This next question asks, how many groups do you stan? I don't know. I'm one of those multi-stans that I will really support any group that I come across. My conditions for standing a group is really only that I need to like the music, so I consider myself a stan or fan of most groups that I listen to, so I don't have like an exact number. Next question is from Ray, who says, since you love Twice and Skyrim, which Skyrim NPCs do you think would be Twice stans? Belgruff is a Dahyun bias and Ayla is a Jihyo bias. First of all, I I was so surprised to read this. My Twice Skyrim video is a pretty deep cut on the channel. I think it's one of, if not the least viewed video on my channel, but this is a really good question. Immediately, I thought Serana, who is the vampire companion, would be probably a Chaeyoung stan in my mind, and Delphine would maybe be a Nayeon or Jungin bias. I don't know, I'll have to replay Skyrim and make a note of all of the NPCs and which Twice bias they would have. But yeah, and then another question I believe you also asked is, you mentioned you like Skyrim, what other video games do you like, and would you make more K-pop video game crossover videos? Yes, so I've recently been in a bit of a video game renaissance. Skyrim was one of the first games I started to play to like increase my video game repertoire. I don't know, I'm trying to branch out and play different games. I just recently finished Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And it was very fun. I enjoyed being a Viking in, I think it's 8th century England. Yeah, so that's the most recent game that I played. I play a lot of games on Switch, like Animal Crossing, Breath of the Wild as well. I also have Tears of the Kingdom, but I have not played it yet. Around the time of the Panorama in 2020, I played a lot of The Sims 4 and a bit of Minecraft. Yeah, and one game, oh my gosh. I don't even know if I want to admit this. One game that has unfortunately kind of been a constant throughout my life is World of Warcraft. My friend got it for me for my birthday, and it's just been Shackles. It's kind of like K-pop in that way. It's like a Stockholm syndrome, almost. But yeah, those are the games that I play. I definitely want to play a lot more video games in the future. And if I'm able to, I definitely want to make more K-pop/video game crossover videos. I think that'd be fun. The next question is from Wendy's Thoughts, who asks, how do you come up with video ideas? Also, how long did it take for you to post frequently? And then similar to this, someone also asked, how'd you pop out 100 plus videos in 7 months? Crying emoji. Were they all just lying in your notes, asking because I know so many K-tubers who will disappear for a month or a year on end. So how do I come up with video ideas? Most of the time, it's me just having a conversation with myself that I come up with the bulk of my video ideas. I'm also writing down my thoughts. If I read things on social media, through like discussions that people have, my thoughts on events and the goings on in the world of K-pop, I've made a habit of just writing down all of my thoughts and choosing the ones I like the most to make videos over. As for how long did it take me to post frequently, I've kind of always posted frequently since starting, and it was really, really bad for me at the start. I'm glad most of you guys weren't there to see it. I think my personal record is posting 4 videos in one day. It was a very dark time. Starting in July. I have since privated close to 50 of my earlier videos. I'm in the process of remaking them because I made the earlier videos with no voiceover and I kind of want to repackage them. So it is closer to 150 videos in 7 months, and I don't really know why or how I did this. I did start making videos earlier on to get my mind off of university, like I said. So at the start, I was posting a video a day, if not multiple videos a day. So the release cadence I have right now is me actively trying to, quote, slow down and wait at least one day in between posts. I would post almost every single day, if not every day, if I didn't think it would be annoying. So I don't really intend to post as frequently as I do. At least I'm not trying to. I'm still just in the phase of coming up with more video ideas faster than I can make them. So that may change one day, and I'm not going to push myself to post videos as often as possible if I either run out of ideas or I don't feel like making videos. I don't want to burn myself out, but as of right now, I'm actively trying to slow down my release cadence because I don't want to be annoying. Next question is from the Pinky Void, who also asked, how do you find ideas for your videos? They are always so good and interesting. And then you also asked, what are your favorite K-pop songs right now? How do you feel about your content today? Where do you want to improve? So my favorite K-pop songs right now, it's a four-way tie between Batter Up by Baby Monster, Dash by NMIXX, Pop by Nayeon, and You Go Girl by Lee Hyori. I have not been able to stop listening to those 4 songs on repeat. Like, they're the only 4 songs that I'm listening to as of recently. I need to break this cycle. And then how do I feel about my content today? Where do I want to improve? I want to get better at everything. I feel like everybody says that, but yeah, I think that just comes with making videos and releasing them. I will say a huge benefit to posting as often as I do is that I get to actively see where I need to improve. I feel like posting as often as I do is the reason why I've been able to develop my video making process so quickly and to understand what I need to focus on to get better. I feel somewhat good about my content today. I don't know. It's a little weird to describe. Yeah, I want to focus on making videos about things I find interesting and sticking to that as the force that guides me through, but I am kind of having trouble being misunderstood. But the more I am misunderstood, the more I start to realize that it's not really anything that I can do to fix. Yeah, so I think just sticking to what I find interesting is my goal. And then McKaylee asks, if you could eliminate one toxic behavior from K-pop stans, what would it be? Also, I love your videos and have a lovely day. Thank you. I thought about this for a while, and I think if I had the power to eliminate one trait, it would be to eliminate the ability for people to lie about things relating to K-pop. If people could not use misinformation for their arguments, I think our conversations would inherently be a lot more civil. So that is my answer to this. The next question is, do you know SNSD? What is your favorite song from them, and who is your bias? I think my favorite song is Into the New World out of all of them. I think that's the Girls' Generation song that I listen to the most, and you know, they're just one of those groups where I really can't choose a bias, but if I had to, I would say maybe Sooyoung? I think, yeah, Sooyoung. Next question is from Fimbulventer, I think is how you pronounce your name. I tried looking it up, and apparently this is the winter storm that comes as a part of Ragnarok. Maybe, I don't know, it might be another name, but if you happen to watch this, let me know if I pronounced it correctly. But Fimbulventer asks, your biases are put into a survival show and you're deciding on the group lineup. On a 6-member lineup, who makes it? Immediately, when I read this question, I thought of the lineup a lot faster than I thought I would. So the winners for me would be Nayeon, Kai, Jennie, Chaewon, Mark from NCT, and Junghan from 17. Yeah, those were the first 6 that I thought of, but I think they would make for a pretty good and interesting group. In my opinion, I don't know. Next question is from Emmeline, who says or asks, how long do you plan on making content for? I don't know. That's kind of a hard question, but I will say that I will stop posting when I don't find it interesting anymore, but for the time being, I'm still very interested in making videos. Yeah. And I won't delete my videos if I ever lose interest in making them. I'll leave the Choujimi channel up for posterity. These next 2 questions are similar. So your thoughts on rising K-pop concert prices, and have you attended K-pop concerts? So I've actually never attended a K-pop concert. I almost went to Twice's Ready to Be tour, but I was not able to go, unfortunately. And as far as my thoughts on rising K-pop concert prices, I don't know if I have thoughts on this. I think it's probably to be expected, considering K-pop is getting more popular, and if they can get away with it, I would say that's probably what the future is going to look like. I don't defend that, I just think we live in a society, and that's pretty much the only thought I have on this. It's unfortunate, but we live in a society. I don't know. Next question is, how long does it take to make a video? I think 3 to 5 hours on average for a regular 6 to 10 minute video. And I will say caption writing is about 60 to 70% of that time. If I didn't do captions, I really think I could record a video and edit it in less than an hour. But I can't not do captions at this point. And captions are also a nice roadblock, so I'm not posting every single day. So yeah. I think around 4 hours for an average video. These next 2 questions kind of go hand in hand for me. So what do I want to see in K-pop, and what is a concept I want to see more groups do? So I don't really have much expectations in K-pop until the product actually arrives. If I could be nosy though, I just want to see a full-on commitment to a concept. I want more high concept releases in K-pop, and I want it to be fun sometimes. Let's go back to vampires. If we're doing a cowboy concept, I want to see a standoff in an abandoned town in Arizona. That's what I appreciate a lot about K-pop, is the maximalism and the detail when it comes to concept. Next question is from Zlata, who asks, what goals do you have for your channel? I kind of mentioned this in the Choose Vault question, but I don't really have goals for this channel. If I did have any goals earlier on, I've way surpassed anything than what I was expecting. So I'm kind of just living in the present right now with this channel and making videos that I find interesting, or conversations that I want to have in K-pop. That's pretty much it. Next question is, how do you feel about temporary groups? Are they truly worth standing / why do you think the concept of temporary groups became so common and accepted in the first place? Sorry if this is a complicated question. I love your videos so much. After IZ*ONE, I don't really like temporary groups, but I also see the benefit past IZ*ONE, and I think IZ*ONE, in all their success, has kind of secured the future of temporary groups. I don't really think they're going anywhere. If a company can send their best idols on survival shows, or their best trainees on survival shows, have them debut, and then bring that popularity back to a group that's made by the company, it unfortunately makes sense to me. I do wish groups like IZ*ONE would have been allowed to remain together as a group due to their success, but I guess that would require also, for the temporary groups who are not successful to disband. and companies sort of having to admit that they did a bad job with temporary groups. So I don't really like them, but I also have come to understand that they are temporary, and if you go into a temporary group with the understanding that it's going to be temporary, I feel like you have the ability to steer that ship and set your own expectations. Yeah, that's easier said than done. I know a lot of people are like really sad about Kepler. I'm sad about Kepler, but yeah, I just went into it after IZ*ONE expecting them to disband. So now I'm sad about it, but I'm also, I guess, interested to see what Kepler does in the future. Yeah, hopefully that answered this question. Next question is from Hoshining. Hello Hoshining, who says, not serious. Could you lend me your patience? LOL, like, how are you so calm? Really want to know. And congrats on 5K, you deserve this and more. Thank you. I don't really feel like I'm that calm or patient most of the time. I guess maybe it seems that way in the videos, but I try not to be reactionary. I know I'm not always the best at sticking to that, but yeah. I think if I could credit anything to why it, quote, seems like I'm calm, it's because I try to see other people's perspectives, and that usually gives me a somewhat grounded understanding of whatever situation is at hand. Yeah, definitely. Next question is from Sumi, who asks, what is a video that got less engagement than expected, but you are really proud of, and that you feel more people should give another try? Thank you so much for your KTube content. I'm sat with snacks every week. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. The video that immediately came to mind for this question was my Red Velvet Rookie analysis video, but I plan on remaking that video. There's one section that I think could have been way better, so I will probably remake it and repost it one day. Other than that, though, I think I'm pretty okay with the views that I get. I will say the videos that I make, or the videos that take the longest to make, are often the least viewed videos on my channel, but I think that's just what YouTube is. Yeah, hopefully that answered this question. Next question, what do you think of my Lord and Savior, haewon? I like haewon. She's really a one-of-a-kind idol. I need NMIXX to be recognized for their talent as soon as possible. It's so frustrating sometimes because they're so talented. haewon is an excellent idol. She's an excellent performer, and yeah, shout out to your Lord and Savior. Next question is from Tori. What is your favorite award show performance of all time? I think number one is The Greatest Twice show from the 2018 Mama. I think that will always be number one for me. Recently, LE SSERAFIM's MMA and Mama performances in 2022, very excellent. Also, ITZY's 2019 MMA performance with the marching band. Yeah, all of them are so good. There's so many good performances, but I think those are my top 4 performances. Yeah. The next question is from our good friend, Overthinking K-pop, who asks, what kind of music did you listen to before you discovered K-pop? And Willow also said, congratulations on 5K, thank you. Before falling into the rabbit hole of K-pop, which artist did you used to listen to? This is a bit of a tricky question. I don't really have much of an experience with music before K-pop. I arrived very late to the music scene, and K-pop was really the first type of music that I kind of grew into myself on my own interest. Before that, I was mainly listening to the music people around me listened to. My sister really liked the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and we listened to that all the time. So I know all of their songs, just not what they're called. And then these next 3 questions, Abby asks, how was your college application if you're still doing that? Another person asks, do you attend college? If so, can I ask what you're majoring in? And then another person asks, what are you studying? LOL. Yes, I have attended college. I majored in professional writing, and it changes by university. So sometimes my major is called technical writing, but they're the same thing. It's kind of the opposite of creative writing. So writing for the purposes of efficacy or accuracy. Things like legal documents, court transcripts, safety manuals, business proposals, anything that needs writing and where the writing in question needs to be very concise and accurate. That was my major. Yeah, I also got minor degrees in linguistics, Mandarin Chinese, and I also got a TESOL certification in the process, which is like a teaching English to speakers of other languages certification. So yeah, I definitely made the most out of my undergraduate experience. And to the first question, how is my college application going? It's going good. I mentioned in the last subscriber story video about applying to my dream university university in Korea for graduate school. I got accepted last year, but I was not able to go for financial reasons, so I'm doing it all over again. I just submitted the first part of the application on the 20th of March, so I'm right back into the thick of the process. I was kind of dreading having to do all of this again, but as soon as I hit submit, like a part of my brain kind of activated that has motivated me to do it again. This is really, it's something that I want to do. It's a lofty goal, but it's something that I want to do. And at the very least, and if for nothing else, I want to try to do this to prove to myself that I can do it at this point. I'm ready to do it all over again, and I'm willing to do it all over again. It's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be... It's going to take some sort of miracle, but my idea about this is to just be delusional that it is absolutely going to happen until it does, but also cautiously prepare myself for the reality that it does not happen. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Oh my gosh, there is so much waiting. So I started in mid-March. The next stage is going to be in mid-April, then the next stage in mid-May, I do the interviews in mid-June, and then I find out the result in mid-July, and then I'll hopefully be there in Korea by mid-August. It's just a big waiting game. I'm very nervous and very scared, but it's going good. Yes. Okay. Next question. What is your alt K-pop group / idol? Definitely Twice and Nayeon. Yeah. Easy question. Next question is from Desiree, or at des.mez with 4 Z's, who asks, what got you into K-pop? Did you get bullied for liking K-pop? Will you ever change the aesthetic of your channel? What is your sub goal? I already answered how I got into K-pop earlier. Did I get bullied for liking K-pop? No, I think I made a pretty conscious effort to just not talk about K-pop at all for the first couple of years. I was very embarrassed by it. Will I ever change the aesthetic of my channel? I want to so badly be an aesthetic YouTube channel, but I just can't stick to it for some reason. Despite wanting to, I want to be an aesthetic YouTube channel so badly, but I don't think that's in the cards for me. For now, at least. Maybe that will change in the future. And then, what is my sub goal? Genuinely, I've already passed it. I'm starting to reap the, like, quote, benefits of gaining a bit of a larger audience. There's a lot more room for misunderstanding, misinterpretation. People are very negative with my videos, at least more than what it used to be. So if I never pass 5,000, I will be completely okay with that. If I ever had a goal, I've already passed it. Next, what is my favorite Stray Kids song? I think, controversially, my favorite Stray Kids song is Case 143. I know it's, like, in some communities, it's not a popular title track, but it's my favorite concept, my favorite sound of them. I don't know, I feel like I have to defend that song with my life. And then next question, our good friend Coral asks, how do you feel about ARTMS using AI for their teasers? I don't like it. The only, I don't want to say benefit, but we've come a long way since, you know, Luna's official debut, where they were flying the members out to different countries and seriously over budgeting. I think the only quote benefit, and I really want to put quotes around that, is that they aren't spending money by doing this, but that also doesn't defend them using AI. I think it's so corny and so lame to use in arts personally. I wish they would have just hired like a graphic design artist. For the teasers, I don't know. It's a tricky situation. I hope they don't make a habit out of doing this, but I don't know, I feel uncomfortable with it, definitely. It's kind of, I'm not excited about the debut anymore because of this, but it's just, I don't know. And then the last question for right now is, would love to know some of your film recommendations. Thanks and have a lovely day. Thank you. Similar to my video game renaissance, I'm also looking to go through a film and movie renaissance. I want to watch more films and movies this year. Right now, I think my favorite film, I would say, is called To Live, which is a 1994 Chinese film. A lot of people call it China's version of Forrest Gump, but I've actually never seen Forrest Gump, so I don't know how accurate that comparison is, but yeah, I think that's my favorite film. It's kind of a sad story, but also very meaningful to me, and really showcases a pretty detailed story of what life was like in China during the Cultural Revolution, like how much China had changed throughout that period, and as a result of the country changing, like how much people's lives were completely changed. Yeah, highly recommend that, and I will one day report back in the future once I've watched more films, definitely. And I think that's it. I'm sorry for not being able to get to all the questions. I will keep them written down on a document if I ever get around to doing another Q&A. Thank you very much for taking the time to write a question. Thank you for watching this. If you did, kind of a long video, but I just really want to express how grateful I am for everything. Yes, thank you so much for everything, and I will see you next time.